BTS Comeback begins. Jimin's blonde hair and Jungkook's eyes are a sign. The long-awaited news finally began to find a bright spot. BTS Comeback is near. The atmosphere of enthusiasm immediately echoed among the ARMY after Jimin's latest appearance, with stunning blonde hair appeared in public. The drastic change seemed to be a strong signal that something big was being prepared. However, it wasn't just Jimin's appearance that was in the spotlight. Jungkook, with a deep look at Jimin, making the moment more meaningful and triggering various speculations among fans. Many ARMY believe that Jimin's new hairstyle is no coincidence. Rather, it is part of BTS's soon-to-be-announced comeback concept. In the history of the group's travels, changes in the style of the members are often hidden clues to big projects that are being worked on. Meanwhile, Jungkook's meaningful gaze towards Jimin is considered a symbol of their cohesiveness and close bond that will once again unite BTS on a grand stage. Korean media also highlighted this moment. They said that Jimin's confident aura with blonde hair and Jungkook's mysterious energy are a combination that strengthens rumors about a new era for BTS. Some sources in the entertainment industry even mentioned that the group is in the final stages of preparation for a surprise that will shake up the international music scene. For the ARMY, these small signs were enough to make the spirit burn again. The long-missed group is expected to arrive with more mature, emotional work and, of course, still with their characteristic features that are able to touch the hearts of millions of people. Speculation about BTS's comeback intensified after the moment Jimin had blonde hair and Jungkook's eyes went viral on social media. ARMYs around the world began to devise theories, comparing the change in style to the previous comeback era. For example, there are those who mention that Jimin's blonde hair is reminiscent of the era of Blood, Sweat, and Tears and DNA, where BTS displayed a concept full of energy, dramatic, and elegant at the same time. Jungkook's intense gaze is said to resemble the aura he showed when entering the emotional era of fake love. Some fans believe that this could be a sign of the fusion era, where BTS will bring the essence of their previous musical journey, but with new colors that are more mature and full of depth. Not a few also suspect that Jimin's blonde hair color is not just a style. Rather, it is a symbolic representation of light and hope, while Jungkook's piercing gaze is a symbol of determination and strength to face their new chapter. In addition, ARMY's analysis on online forums linked this moment to the words of Bang Si-hyuk, BTS's main producer, some time ago, who had said there would be a big transformation in BTS's music going forward. Many considered that the visual signals shown by Jimin and Jungkook were part of the hidden code leading to the official announcement of the comeback. Not only about the music, fans also believe that Jimin and Jungkook's togetherness, which is often seen in public, is a strong symbol that BTS will appear more compact than before. The bond between the two is considered to be a reflection of how BTS will return with a formation full of emotional strength, not just a musical performance, but also a touching story. Now, ARMY on various platforms is busy speculating, creating fan art to edit videos depicting possible BTS comeback concepts. Some imagine a dark and emotional concept, others imagine a concept full of light and warmth. However, everyone agrees that Jimin's blonde hair and Jungkook's gaze are no coincidence, rather a puzzle piece of a big surprise that is being prepared. The global reaction to these signs of BTS's comeback has been truly overwhelming. International media began to revisit the group's journey, highlighting how each small change in BTS members often becomes the starting point of something monumental. When Jimin appeared with blonde hair in public, various news outlets in America, Japan, and Europe immediately raised headlines that linked him to the possibility of BTS's return to the world stage. Meanwhile, Jungkook's meaningful expression also became the subject of heated discussion. Some international entertainment journalists even mentioned that Jungkook's gaze contains a strong stage aura. It's as if they're sending a message to fans that something big is very close. Overseas fans, especially on Twitter and TikTok, are busy creating threads and video edits that compare the look to Jungkook's emotional moments in previous comeback eras. On the other hand, the reaction of the ARMY itself was so diverse, but equally full of enthusiasm. Many wrote that they had been waiting for the slightest sign from BTS for a long time, so Jimin's blonde hair and Jungkook's eye highlight felt like a precious gift. Hashtags like hashtag blonde Jimin, hashtag Jungkook eyes, and even hashtag BTS is coming immediately entered trending in various countries in just a matter of hours. Entertainment media in the United States highlighted that this enthusiasm proves BTS is still an unparalleled global phenomenon, although the members had time to focus on individual activities and other obligations. While the Japanese and South Korean media put more emphasis on how Jimin's visual changes and Jungkook's attitude could be a hidden code, which is already BTS's typical style of building hype before the official announcement. In addition, some music critics have also begun to comment that if it is true that a comeback will be made soon, BTS will most likely bring a more mature and reflective message, remembering that their journey in recent years has been full of emotional experiences, both on the international stage and in private life. With a global backlash of this magnitude, it's only a matter of time before Big Hit Music or HYB announce anything concrete. ARMY is now in a hopeful position, waiting for the official date, the first teaser, until the trailer for a new song that has been predicted will again shock the world. Predictions about BTS's comeback concept are getting more and more talked about, especially after the appearance of a small clue from Jimin and Jungkook's changes. Korean as well as international music analysts began to work out the possible musical direction the group would take in their new era. Some observers consider that this comeback will be an era of reflection and awakening. All the members have gone through a deep emotional journey over the past few years. BTS is expected to bring a more mature theme, full of meaning, as well as reflecting on their life experiences, both as individuals and as a global group. Jimin's blonde hair is seen as a symbol of light and hope, which could be a representation of the positive message in the new album, while Jungkook's meaningful gaze is predicted to symbolize strength and determination to keep moving forward, despite the great challenges they have gone through. If true, then the visuals of both could be a clue to the concept of contrast between light and dark, or about the journey from difficulty to happiness. Additional clues also emerged from some of HYB's statements that had gone viral in the ARMY community. In one of the interviews, the management mentioned that the new era of BTS will bring colors that have never been shown before, but still rooted in their original identity. The sentence led to speculation that BTS might be combining new genres, for example with electronic music experiments, pop rock, up to the classic touch, without leaving the hip-hop and R&B touch that has always been characteristic. Music analysts from Billboard even opined that this comeback has the potential to be BTS's biggest musical statement after Dynamite and Butter, because the group now has the opportunity to prove their artistic maturity. He also added that Jungkook and Jimin's involvement in music production will likely be greater, considering that both of them have shown significant development as singers, songwriters, and producers for ARMY. These clues further reinforce the hope that this comeback is not just BTS's return to the stage, but it's also a story of an emotional journey that can connect fans with members on a deeper level. The small signs from Jimin and Jungkook did manage to arouse a wave of overwhelming enthusiasm among the ARMY and the international media. From Jimin's blonde hair to Jungkook's meaningful eyes, it all feels like a puzzle piece that further strengthens the belief that BTS's comeback is in sight. I don't know what big concept HYB is preparing. One thing is for sure, BTS is back not just as a musical group, but as a symbol of strength, hope, and the unwavering bond between them and the ARMY. The world is just waiting for the announcement, and when it does, there's no doubt that BTS will once again rock the global stage.